They called him the Bodysnatcher, a name feared in the ring, a name respected far beyond it. But on May 31st, 2025, the boxing world lost a true legend. Mike McCallum, the Jamaican powerhouse who once ruled 3 weight divisions, died suddenly at age 68 while on his way to the gym in Las Vegas. According to the Jamaica Observer, McCallum fell ill behind the wheel, pulled off the road, and was later found unresponsive. The cause of death hasn't been revealed yet, but the impact of his loss, immediate and massive. Fans, fighters, and nations mourned. Tributes flooded in. Olivia Grange, Jamaica's Minister of Sport, summed it up simply: a legendary Jamaican. But this isn't just a story about a tragic end. This is about the rise, reign, and quiet brilliance of Mike McCallum, the man who changed boxing forever. A humble beginning in Kingston. Born on January 7, 1956, in Kingston, Jamaica, McCallum's beginnings were anything but glamorous. He grew up in a rough neighborhood, where boxing wasn't just a sport, it was a way out. He laced up gloves young, focused, determined. By 1976, he was representing Jamaica at the Olympics, going 67-8 as an amateur. He wasn't flashy, he wasn't loud, he just showed up and dominated. Making history in 1984 was the year everything changed. McCallum stepped into Madison Square Garden and took on Ireland's Sean Mannion for the WBA junior middleweight title. He didn't just win, he became Jamaica's first world champion. That fight turned him into a national hero. Jamaica threw a parade. Headlines dubbed him the Pride of the Caribbean. And fans, they started calling him the Bodysnatcher, because when he hit your midsection, you didn't get back up. Out of 55 career fights, McCallum won 49, 36 by knockout, only 5 losses, 1 draw. Numbers like that don't lie. Dominating 3 divisions. He wasn't satisfied with just 1 title. McCallum became a 3-division champion: junior middleweight, middleweight, and light heavyweight. A rare feat, even rarer, the way he did it. In 1989, he claimed the WBA middleweight title. By 1994, he was the WBC light heavyweight champ. His opponents were elite: Julian Jackson, James Toney, Donald Curry, and yet he outboxed them with cold precision. He didn't dance, he dissected. He broke you down from the inside out. His body shots were brutal, technical, and timed like a sniper. The life outside the ring, despite his success, Mike lived quietly. His net worth was estimated between $5 and $10 million. Solid, but never superstar flashy. That was never his focus. He lived in Las Vegas for years, working as a trainer and mentor. He didn't post online. No social media flexing. Just old-school grit and respect for the game. He was married to Lorna McCallum. Together they raised 3 children, 2 daughters and a son, all kept out of the limelight. Those who knew Mike say he was deeply family-oriented. He didn't just punch hard, he loved hard. A trainer and teacher. After retiring in 1997, McCallum didn't slow down. Instead, he gave back. He spent his days in Vegas gyms, coaching young fighters, drilling them on technique, and teaching them how to think, not just swing. They say he'd spend hours breaking down tapes, laughing between rounds, always calm, always sharp. He turned raw talent into refined skill, and the respect he earned? Unmatched. He visited Kingston regularly, staying connected to his roots: reggae music, jerk chicken, community. That was Mike's rhythm. Hall of Fame and legacy. In 2003, McCallum was inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame. It was official. The world recognized what insiders always knew. Mike McCallum was one of the best to ever do it. But here's the twist. He never got the big paydays. Never had the mega fights with guys like Marvin Hagler or Mike Tyson. Rumors say promoters saw him as too risky, too technical, too dangerous. Some critics even claimed he was too smart for his own good, avoiding drama, ducking media hype. But in the end, he let his fists speak louder than any headline: rumors, regrets, and respect. McCallum's career had its share of what-ifs. Why didn't he fight more marquee names? Did he avoid certain matchups? Or was he the one avoided? Old-school fans argue that stars in the 80s and 90s dodged him to protect records. McCallum himself once joked promoters kept him off big cards because he was bad for business. Whether truth or myth, the respect from fellow fighters tells the real story. Lennox Lewis called him a gentleman of the sport. Even decades later, young boxers still study his moves, his precision, his mastery. Mike wasn't hype. He was legacy. The final round. On May 31st, 2025, McCallum was headed to the gym like any other day. He'd stayed active, fit, and focused, even at 68. But something went wrong. According to the Jamaica Observer, he fell ill behind the wheel and pulled off the road. He was later found unresponsive. People reached out to Las Vegas police, but details remained scarce. There was no warning, no buildup. Just a sudden silence from a voice that never needed to shout. The Bodysnatcher lives on. Mike McCallum was a beast in the ring, a mentor in the gym, a hero to Jamaica, and a symbol of quiet strength in a sport often defined by noise. His belts, historic; his knockouts, brutal. But his impact, that's eternal. His passing has reignited conversation about who really deserves to be in the GOAT conversation. And fans around the world are revisiting his fights, re-watching those thunderous body shots and asking, how did we not talk about this man more? He wasn't just a champion, he was the champion. For those who knew what real boxing looked like. So here's to Mike, the Bodysnatcher, the technician, the mentor, the man. What's your favorite McCallum moment? Drop it in the comments. Let's keep his legacy alive. If you felt this, share it, like it, and hit that bell. Legends never die. They just step out of the ring one last time. Rest easy, champ.